So one of the biggest issues that we've got going on right now is that we, as multidimensional baddies, and what that means is you are a being that has incarnated and has not incarnated, yet has experiences in a huge variety, lived experiences in a huge variety of interdimensional, multidimensional, cosmic, celestial, and macroversal locations.
Across all space
and time and beyond space and time.
Yeah.
Places where there isn't even a concept of time like this. You have expressions, right? You have expressions of you in a huge variety of frequency ranges. And so you are all of that. You are all of them. You're not just an Arcturian. You're not just a Pleiadian. You're not just a Lyran. You're not just a fairy. You're not just a werewolf. You're not just a vampire. You're not just anything. You're a multidimensional baddie. Okay? You are someone who can connect with all of those expressions of you. I've connected consciously with hundreds of my own self. And on a subconscious level, I'm aware that I've connected with over 200,000 expressions of myself across space and time and beyond it. I can tune into any of those expressions of me at any moment in time. And I have the culture codes from all of them. I have the romances from all of them. I have which are predominantly with the same group of people. I have the memories. I have all of the things. That's a vast amount of experience, memories, connections, etc., right? So I don't have all of that sitting rent-free in my head right now because I wouldn't have room for anything else, right? So you have like a local memory and then you have a non-local memory. Your non-local memories where you store everything that you don't really need to know right now but is fun and you want to keep in your memory banks, right? Your local memory is the things that are activated and you're conscious of that you need to be aware of at this moment in time and space for you to do what it is that this expression of you is here to do. Okay? Then you have the ability to interface with your local and non-local memory banks and channel, and I don't mean woo-woo, I'm channeling. I mean you have the ability to transfer, like a fucking bank account, memory from your non-local memory to your local memory. You have the ability to transfer local memory to your non-local memory. It's all, and this is the real concept of what? The Akashic Records? Oh my gosh. Wow. So when someone says the Akashic Records are corrupted, what they're actually saying is my Akashic Records are corrupted. Because it's not there. While there are halls of records and things like that, predominantly what most people are tapping into when they think they're tapping into the all Akashic Records is their own Akashic Records. 99.99999% of the time, these Akashic Records readers that you're hiring are people who do not have access to the actual full library of records, which is called the Hall of Records, and it is not located in this universe. There have been nodes and branches and extensions of the Hall of Records in this universe, but the original Hall of Records for this universe is not actually located in this universe. It's located in the source universe for this universe. So there were also nodes that had breaches, that had things stolen at some point in this universe. That's why most of them have been shut down. Those don't exist anymore. So anybody who's out here telling you that they're accessing the Pleiadian Akashic Records in the Pleiades because they're a Pleiadian channel, they're fucking lying. There is no Hall of Records in Pleiades now. We removed them all. The whole fucking the Cosmic Librarians cleaned house. We removed the nodes that had been breached. There are nodes of Akashic Records, you can access, for example, there's the planetary Akashic Records. Every planetary location, every plane location, every frequency range has its own kind of version of the Akashic Records or the Hall of Records. I call it the Hall of Records because that's what it actually is. Akashic Records just sounds very spiritual tourist. And tourists are a big fucking problem everywhere. I fucking hate tourists, okay? I don't like tourists. I live in a tourist location that I very much deeply desire to turn into a not tourist location in the next decade.
Yeah.
Just to be honest. Tourists are a big fucking issue because they want to go in and they're basically colonizers who, they're colonizers on vacay. They're just doing a little colonizing as a treat. Oh, I came into your home and you don't have exactly what I have in Florida? Well, you're stupid, and I'm going to make sure you know about it. Get the fuck off our lawn, bitch. Happens all the time, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's spiritual tourists too. And spiritual tourism is at an all-time high right now, okay? There are beings who do not have access to any of the source codes that they are pretending that they do, that they're selling sessions with, that they're selling modalities that they supposedly created, which are really just bastardizations of alchemy. Why is it always a bastardization of alchemy? Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that all these spiritual tourists, that's what I'm going to start calling them. They are spiritual tourists. They're tourists.
The ick.
It is the ick. They are tourists into the realms of spirituality. They're tourists into the concepts of spirituality. They're tourists into the themes of spirituality. But what they never do is live in it. They never live in it. That's why they always need a break. I don't need a break. I don't need breaks. I don't take vacations from my life because I built a life I actually live my magic in 24/7. I have no need to take a break from myself because I fucking love myself. You only need to take a break when you're biting yourself off, when you're breaking yourself off into pieces that are easier for other people to chew, right? When you're breaking yourself off into pieces that are easier for other people to chew, that's what you need to take a break from. And you know why? It's because you're letting other people chew you up and spit you out like a piece of gum. Spiritual tourists walking around chewing topics and themes and codes like alchemy, like it's a stick of Trident. And I've had it. Then they go out and they say, I created a new modality all around this, and you should pay me $2,000 to get certified in it so you too can have the business of your dreams, right? What they don't bother to tell anybody is that when you have a business like this, when this is what you do all day, every day, it is not sparkle farts and unicorns, okay? It's not. I saw somebody a couple nights ago. They were like, oh, the frequency of abundance was everywhere last night, and magic was so present. Everything was so wonderful. I had such a fabulous night. I couldn't go to sleep until after 3 a.m. And I was like, wow, well, that's interesting, because all the people who are actually doing something also couldn't go to sleep until after 3 a.m., except we were fucking clearing out the ick and the vibrational bullshit. This individual also happens to be someone who is a spiritual bypasser. She's someone who has done exactly what I've talked about, created a false form of alchemy and then went out and charged people to teach them her fake alchemy. And then proceeded to go out and is laying false coding in reality so that anybody who was like, bro, the moon was in Pleiades and what the fuck was that? Like, that was not a vibe. That was the ick being removed forcibly from the crust of the planet. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, right? It's gaslighting. These people are high-level gaslighting their clients, their followers, random people who see them on the internet via laying a narrative that is entirely opposite to what is actually happening in reality right now.
So how it's so magical and beautiful and peaceful. Realistically, actually, it's the opposite of that.
Yeah. This individual also, funnily enough, once told me that it was not very much work at all to set up a magical school, and she just thought she'd have it done in like a couple of weeks. If you don't know, I am the creator and designer and founder of Witchery U with my fabulous co-creator, co-designer, and co-founder, my multidimensional baddie boyfriend / husband across space and time. But he's not my husband officially on Earth. He's my boyfriend. And I've decided to stop robbing myself of the culture codes of having a hot boyfriend, okay? Thank you.
Girlfriend.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyways, so... we feel like we're already married, and so it's like, well, we are somewhere, lots of places, not right here. Anyways, 2 years I've been working devotedly every day on the curation, cultivation, and creation of Witchery U. And Witchery U is currently got, I only have I have a financial number of what it's worth. Witchery U is worth over $30,000 right now of content that you get instant access to when you join Witchery U. What it all is, I've got to go in and do like a count of like how many pieces things are. I'm in the process of a restructure with Witchery U right now, because I had originally structured it in the old paradigm of business way. Memberships, various, tiers, various levels of, lower ticket, higher ticket. I was fucking sick of breaking myself down into pieces that are easier for other people to chew. And I've decided to stop doing that. I'm not here to be chewed up. If I'm too much for you, you can just choke. That's fine. And you can fucking go bye-bye. All right? Go away. Because I've had it. And I'm noticing that so many other people have had it too. So many other people are sick of this narrative that is completely false. And what happens is when they tell you, oh, start your own spiritual business and you're just going to live in a magical unicorn fairy poop wonderland. You know what I mean? Like, that's basically what I'm hearing all over the internet. They just want you to, oh, it's so easy. Really, it is. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, these people aren't actually making the money to pay their bills. They're reinvesting every dime that they make in their spiritual brand that lights them up so much into a mainstream business coach to teach them how to do new paradigm business, because clearly new paradigm business is just our old email funnels and systems and structures, but like wearing harem pants and like getting possessed by the spirit of Gaia, right? No, it's not. It's actually fucking not. It is a complete removal and reversal of the systems that have harmed us for so long across space and time. It is a complete yeeting and burning of absolutely every piece of the financial and business matrix that separated people from their magic, from their source codes, from all of them, and put the power in the hands of people who will conform, who will get a LinkedIn and sell their souls to the fucking financial matrix, but never once actually bother to tap into their source codes, which is why they have to go out and create different forms of alchemy, because what they're actually doing is they're trying to bypass the alchemical process, which is handing them their ass. Okay? Yeah, baby, I'm yelling. Mira's like,
I'm coming
to yell too. Mira's a Virgo sun, Aries moon, Aries rising, Sheltie, and she will tell you all about it. She's also a manifestor just like mommy.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm here to smash the patriarchy too.
Yeah.
In my pink thunder shirt.
Yeah.
No, really, they're trying to bypass the alchemical code. So there is a code on alchemy, on all alchemy. They're stupid. They can't. You can't go out and like break alchemy down into like your own bits and think you're going to bypass the Antarians. The Antarians are like the fiercest warriors in the multiverse. Like, those bitches still turn up to a party on a warship for the aesthetic, okay? Like, they're not going to shoot anybody, but they're going to be like, check out my guns. You know? I mean, I'm just saying. They really will, right? So, the Antarians are the frequency range that codes alchemy. And they have coding on all of alchemy. If you call yourself an alchemist, if you call your modality something alchemy, if you call your business something connected to alchemy, if you use the concepts of alchemy at all, if you think you can fake them out, you're wrong. And like anything connected to alchemy, right? It's not that they govern that, it's that they maintain the source coding of the frequency range of alchemy. So anytime and they're multidimensional, they don't have to see what you're posting on Threads. You know what I mean? Although it's really easy to see what people are posting on Threads because Threads is not a closed platform. You don't have to be logged in. Somebody can have you blocked on Threads. They can log out, tune into Threads, not logged in, and still see exactly what you're doing. BT dubs. But the Antarians don't need that, right? They just get a ping. Somebody's doing some alchemy, and they're like, all right, initiation unlocked, right? And they expect everybody to play. But most people are out here playing a completely different game. And they think that they can bypass the source coding of alchemy, go out and sell these fucking programs, and nothing's going to happen to them. But then they're consistently not making the money. Oh, they're getting random injuries. Oh, they're getting XYZ happens to their house. They have all these inconveniences. They blah, 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 blah. Wow, y'all, that's not a fucking coincidence. They're failing an initiation. This isn't me. I just work here. I'm just a messenger. I'm just telling you what's going on, right? You can't fight the Antarian Collective. I'm going to be honest. You can go ahead and try. I mean, quite frankly, if you can test that assumption at your earliest convenience, I'll turn up to watch on the astral plane because I'm going to think it's funny. But, like, go ahead. Fuck around, find out. But really, like, there is a whole new way that is here to do things. The alchemy thing's been pissing me off for years straight because my entire spellcasting, battle magic system was accidentally based on alchemy. I didn't know I was doing full-scale alchemy for my clients, like full stack alchemy, from the catalyst to the alchemical marriage, all the steps. I didn't realize that's what I was doing until I had already literally hit the top of my game at it. And then I realized, like, oh, I'm doing alchemy. That's cool. What, like it's hard? And so that's fun. But it's been on my mind for a minute now because it's like I've seen this so much, and this spiritual matrix, this old paradigm of business combo is creating so many issues for people who are here to actually do real work for the planet, for Earth, for the collectives, right? It is separating us from our own memories. It's separating us from being able to interface with different versions of ourselves. It's separating us from having the experience that we are here to have building these businesses. It is separating us from our true source codes, and it's separating us from our real reality. So one of the biggest issues that people are having right now is the fact that they are these multidimensional beings that are currently so stuck in this singular dimensional perspective, this singular culture coding, this singular relational programming, this singular programming of Earth.
You're compressed into one box instead of expanding into the universe.
That you are not accessing your what are the codes you're carrying from, when you're in the Arcturian frequency range? What are the codes you're carrying from when you're in Andromeda? What are the codes you're carrying from when you're a dragon? What are the codes you're carrying? Who are you when you're these beings? Who are you when you're in these frequency ranges? Who are you? You're the same across all of them. So there's also this lie going around like, oh, well, you pick a character when you come in and then, you're really just kind of having a little experience and you're different across all the places you go. Fuck that. Maybe if you don't have source coding and you're a fucking implant, you are. Sounds like a chameleon fucking
caricature
to me. Real beings, we have source codes. We are who we are across space and time.
We are who we are.
Exactly. We don't change. We don't. We really don't. We evolve, we grow, we diversify our soul mechanics portfolio. Yeah. But we are who we are. It's about how much of you are you being right now? How much of yourself are you letting come out right now? And how much of you are you sitting on? How much of you are you breaking off into little pieces so that more people will buy your $33 program and then come into your $333 offer and then one day maybe come into your $1,000 membership and then maybe they'll also come into your private mentorship and please just buy things from me so that I validate that magic's real. Well, you already lost the game if that's your energy. You already lost the game if that's your codes. There's no game to play. Because the game that we're actually playing here is I don't fucking need validation. I'm real, which means my magic's real. If you're real, your magic's real. That's all there is to it. That's it. There's no $111 masterclass to buy it about it. There's no process to do about it. There is acceptance. If I am real, so is my magic in all of its forms. No matter if it's irrational, if it's not logical, if it's really big, if it's so big that it scares me, if it's way bigger than anybody else is doing, good. They're peasants. Everybody out here right now in the spiritual industry is a peasant. I'm going to be really honest with you. There's like 0.0001% of people that are not peasants right now in the spiritual industries. They're peasants who actually wouldn't know real alchemy from the Enochian heirs. Not that they're that different. But there are differences. They wouldn't even know what the Enochian heirs are, to be perfectly honest. They haven't studied. They don't have a lineage. They have no lineage of magic. So they're always just moving on to the next thing. There's this one person that worked with me like a year ago. She was in one of my memberships. We don't work together anymore. She's blocked. She literally changes everything about her brand every 2 weeks. I've watched it for months now. I'm like, well, honey, this is why your business wasn't working for years and still isn't. Every 2 weeks. I'm going to help you get better sleep. Next 2 weeks. I'm going to help you manifest your dream life. Next 2 weeks. Create something for busy moms. Next 2 weeks. Oh, here's something to completely reset your business and finally have the business of your dream and make millions. Except she can't even sell one $33 offer. I know because I worked with her. And I see that the cadence, they've just gotten worse. It's just desperation. Please validate me. And you know what her issue is? She didn't do the one thing I told her to. I told her, I personally coached her in a membership that did not have personal coaching, by the way. She would not unlock her source codes. She would not be who she really was. She doesn't know. Because quite frankly, I think a bunch of these individuals are kind of just like these beings. They don't really have source codes. They're just here to get what they can. They're just here to mimic other. They're mimics. They're here. They're imposters. They're here to mimic other people. So they can unlock their source codes. They can unlock yours. If somebody doesn't have their own source codes unlocked and is not operating in their magic from their source codes, they are useless as a spiritual practitioner. Full offense. If you're offended right now, good. Because that actually means that you have been doing something that was going to go out and harm people. You've been doing something anti to your source codes. You've been doing something that you do not have the vibrational authorization to do because it's not yours. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to, crucify you or anything. I'm going to say that this is a wake-up call and this is an opportunity. If you're pissed off right now listening to this, to make a different choice. Tune into your source codes. Stop emulating other people. Stop trying to monetize other people's magic. Stop trying to steal other people's magic and make it your own. Do the very difficult work. I've done it. That's why I'm allowed to speak like this. That's why I'm allowed to do the things that I am. That's why I have the success levels that I do. People always think that they can come in and just emulate my voice, steal my brand language, create an offer that looks like something that I did once 6 years ago, and have the level of success that I do. You can't. It's never going to work for you because I'm operating from my source codes exclusively, and I have been for a decade. And I don't know anybody else on the face. I've never met someone else that can say that with real, actual truth. There's a lot of people out there that will. And those people would never have a conversation with me because I would tell them exactly how they were not. And it's not from a place of I'm better than you. It's from a place of I have done the very difficult and devotional work for myself of removing all of the shit that was standing between me and my source codes, unlocking them, reintegrating them, and then living as them. And it's not easy. But it's worth it. And it's not easy because it's a whole bunch of work and you've got to put in the work and you've got to make the effort. Blah, 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 blah. It's not that. That's my old paradigm of business / the patriarchy voice, by the way. That's what I think they sound like. That's my caricature of them. Okay? I lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
Smash the patriarchy.
Smash the patriarchy. I don't even need to know what I was saying. I just want to smash the patriarchy in the old paradigm of business. Okay. I hope you
I'm proud
started.
of you. You didn't watch very much Dragon Ball Z, but you did enough to where you sound like you practiced.
That's just me yelling, honey.
I know.
Okay,
it was
cool.
just
Cool.
anime comedy.
Oh, I was like that's just my source codes.
Yeah.
But is it your source codes? If it's not your source codes, don't fucking touch it. You're not authorized. You're not allowed. Don't fucking do it. You're not going to be successful. That's what people are not getting. There is a new grid in place, people. There is a new world, and it is here. And it is not here for some wannabe business coach in harem pants to build a new world with her unicorn farts. Okay? And her email funnels. It's not. That's not what's happening here. The new world has been built. The new world was built before we incarnated. We're not doing it from the ground. We are activating it from the ground. This is a huge project. The concept that these people who think that they learned about the world of spirituality a couple of years ago, and now they think they're high-level grid workers who are installing new grid. Fuck all of the way off. Full offense. Fuck off. I've had it. I have had it. The rage is here. The summer of the divine feminine rage is here. And it is being expressed through me. Okay? I am its voice. I'm channeling it. I'm doing this for the collective. We're all pissed. And I'm the fucking mouthpiece about it. That's fine. That's right, Mira. Mira's like, now kissy time. Now kissy time. Now kissy time. Yes, mommy. We're smashing them all.
Yeah.
We're going to kissy about it. See? You got to smash the patriarchy, and then you got to have some love and hugs about it. You got to have some love and hugs about it. Oh, yeah. Oh, she's a sweet baby. Oh, yes, she is. She's a sweet baby. Oh, she's a crazy little baby. Oh, we're getting the mirror codes. Mirror codes. Do it for the codes.
Mirror time. Excellent.
Oh, yeah. It's a mirror break. It's a mirror break. It's a little baby break. It's a cute little baby break. Oh, she's kicking her feet. Oh, she's kicking her feet. Oh, she giving me a hug. Oh, she's like, I must put my crown chakra right into mommy's heart chakra. This is what we do. Yes, it is. This is what we do. Oh, she's this precious little baby. If you've never gotten to experience a Sheltie, I feel sorry for you. But really, is it a Sheltie or is it just a mirror? Is it just a mirror? Is it just a mirror? It's a mirror.
It's a mirror.
I love my babies so much. I do. I love you so much. We ain't editing any of this out. I don't edit shit. There's some old paradigm stuff for you.
It's a mirror. When
Editing.
the sun hits your eyes like a big, beautiful shelter, it's a mirror.
Yes, it is. She's just rolling around. Aggressively kissing everyone. She's bringing the love codes to this episode. Yes, she is.
Yeah.
She's bringing. She's like, we smashed them and then we love. That's right. That's the little baby. You know what's so fucking old paradigm? Editing.
Yeah.
Editing your podcast. Another person spends days on end not making any money, not selling anything, not serving her people, not actually doing anything.
For years.
Just editing her podcasts. First of all, who the fuck pays these people's bills? Like, I'm legitimately, I'm curious. There is this huge amount of quote unquote spiritual entrepreneurs out there making no money or spending every dime that they make on coaching and programs to help them make money and tune into their identity and blah, 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 whatever. Insert ridiculous thing here. Okay. I'm just being honest. Like, if you need to pay someone thousands of dollars to tune into your identity, you probably just need to go pay a therapist. I don't think you need a spiritual coach. I think you need a therapist. Not saying that identity work and entrepreneurship especially is so helpful, But I've seen some really crazy shit out there. Like, you don't need an identity coach. You need to know who the fuck you are, and you need to act like it. And these people are out here preying on this stuff. They are this is the whole concept of the healing matrix, or the spiritual healing matrix. They want you to need their energy healings every 2 weeks, or you can't function, because that's how they pay their bills. That's how they go on their vacations. That's how they buy their Mercedes. They don't want you to be healed. They don't want you to be aligned. They don't want you to be in a space where you're actually good. And this is not, I'm not talking about maintenance. You know, it's really ridiculous. Then there's the other side of it. You know, do this 2-minute practice one time and never do it again, and your life will eternally be fixed. It's a lifestyle. Every part of this is a lifestyle. I get up every day. I live, breathe, eat, sleep, all of it. My magic, my source codes, what I do, what I'm here to do. I live. I don't do email funnels and webinars and Zoom calls and schedules. I don't have a schedule. I do not have a schedule. I have no schedule. If it is time for me to do something, I do it. If it is whatever that is. If it's time for me to take a nap, I take a nap. If it's time for me to record a podcast episode, I record a podcast episode. I don't edit my shit because, one, my people actually want the codes that I'm transmitting in all of them. So when I sit down to do a recording for a client in Telegram, I sit down and I hit record. Excuse me, I don't edit it. I'm not going to edit that fucking cough out.
It's called strawberry cough for a reason, kitten.
We're not going to edit the cough out. Why are we not going to edit the cough out? Because the cough was an expression of my heart, higher heart, and throat chakra sphere getting cleared as I'm finally voicing all of these things I've wanted to say for so long. As I'm finally doing what I've wanted to do for so long. As I'm finally calling the shit out that I've seen for a decade. In spirituality, in business, in personal development, in relationship coaching, in magic, in spell work, in all of it. I'm sick of all of it. I have seen the real dark, seedy fucking underbelly that exists in this made up, everything is perfect and divine light industry that is profiting off of people not knowing what magic really is, not knowing how to actually heal, not knowing how to actually maintain energetic boundaries, not knowing how to hold their frequency, not knowing how to tune into their source codes, not knowing how to hold that vibrational resonance. They're profiting off of you. Not because they want to help you, not because they see a very real, significant issue that needs help, that they have the ability to help, and then they are being financially compensated for. This is not an anti-capitalism rant. This is not a you shouldn't make money rant. I love making money. Hey, baby. I spent years of my life selling the services of spell work and magical knowledge to clients in full integrity, and I stand behind everything that I ever did. I also am conscious now of the fact that about 99.99% of the clients I ever worked with were high-level energy vampires who were there to steal my energy and my magical codes and make sure that I didn't actually do the work I wanted to do. But it paid the bills. I had a deep desire to be of service and to help people, and I saw the real, maybe 99.99% is an exaggeration, maybe 98%. Most of them, I've realized, most of the people I worked with, literally, they wanted that one-to-one time. They wanted custom work because they were actually siphoning my energy, my magic, and my timelines. I wanted to help people because I saw 98's probably still too much. Let's say half and half. I'm in a period of drama right now as I recognize that many people that I was very close with for many years actually were performing closeness, performing connection, performing a lot to siphon energy from me. And so I'm in my feels about that, and I'm being drama about it. And you know what? That's fucking fine. And if you have a problem with that, stop listening. Don't listen to my work. Don't pay me. Don't watch what I do. Get out. I don't want you here. Okay, now that they're gone. I'm serious. I'm serious. I don't. I'm not for everyone. And if you don't like me, don't listen to my shit. As simple as that, right? Because I'm here for the people who are like, fucking finally, somebody said it. Yeah. Fucking finally. This is exactly what I've been thinking for years, and I wish somebody would say. That's who I'm here for. I'm here for the people who are sick of no one actually saying what's really going on here. And just acting like it's all acting. They're all acting. All your favorite spiritual influencers and the person writing their brand new spiritual bestseller that's definitely going to have an introduction from yet another man. One thing I can't stand is women in the spiritual industry who piggyback their success off of successful men in the spiritual industry who have to have all of their book forwards written by some successful man. I hate that shit. It is performative feminism that is anchoring its success into disresonant masculine coding. And I fucking had it. That ain't fucking New Earth. And quite frankly, it's not new paradigm. And it's also just really the ick. It's really the ick to be out here like, I am a spiritual influencer of divine femininity, but here's all of the forwards in my books written by men. Because they've got bigger names than me, and if people see the forward was written by insert big spiritual influencer man here, they're definitely going to buy my book, and then it's going to be a bestseller, and then I'm going to prove to my parents that I actually am worthy, and I can have a career like this. It's like disresonant brat energy. There's just a bunch of brats out there in the spiritual, like, matrix industry right now who are telling you that they're ascended and spiritually evolved and the leaders of New Earth, and really, they're brats. And I mean, like, the full, like, not in a fun way. I mean, like, the icky version of a brat. Please validate me. No, really, I'm worthy. They'll stab you in the back the first fucking chance that they get. I have heard, you guys, I work with people all the time. One of the things that I'm well known for, that I was well known for as a professional witch, that I'm well known for as a coach, is I work with people who have already had training or work done or some sort of, interface with other people who said that they were doing X, Y, Z and weren't. So for example, when I was a professional witch, one of my specialties was working with people who had already worked with a whole bunch of other witches, had all of this different stuff done. A lot of the time, unfortunately, those people would have had, these practitioners would have started casting magic on them to keep them coming back to them. The practitioners wouldn't have known what they were doing, so they would have ended up basically causing more damage than they were fixing because they didn't understand battle magic mechanics, what actually happens when someone has spells cast on them that are very negatively impacting them, and the fact that you can't just fucking cleanse or limpia that away. Like, that's not how this works. There are so many untrained people out there masquerading as like, oh yeah, just do my little spiritual bath for 7 days, and then your generational curse that's been haunting your family for 180 years will be magically fixed. That's not how this fucking works. And I am sick of it. I have had hundreds of clients come to me with that exact scenario. They're like, oh, well, insert professional witch here who's going to become a trad wife for Jesus in 3 years. I just don't know it yet. Cast a cord cutting for me. And she said that my issues should be resolved, but I'm having way more issues than I was when I started working with her. And it's just my fucking life has fallen apart and everything's horrible, right? And I'd be like, yeah, that's because she did a cord cutting for you when she should have done a binding and banishing, and uncrossing, a spell reversal, an unbinding, and then a cord cutting and a cleansing. There is a cadence to how magic works. 99% of people, and I am 1,000% positive on that number, 99% of people out there teaching magic, writing books about magic, professional witches, casting magic, touting themselves as like, the pinnacle of the magical and witchcraft professions, they don't fucking know how to do magic properly. which is why people are so afraid of casting spells, because nobody's actually out there teaching the proper way and the proper cadence to cast this stuff in. If you cast it in the wrong order, it'll fuck you up on purpose. The code and the grid is written like that because, oh yeah, just like with alchemy. Well, the Arcturians got fucking sick of everybody fucking around with magic and witchcraft. So they coded some fun stuff into the grids of magic and witchcraft. Isn't it interesting that there were all of those professional witches out there who really seemed like they were like the pinnacle, and then suddenly they had these spiritual psychotic breakdowns, disappeared from the internet, came back briefly as trad wives for Jesus, or oh, please come buy my $33 spell special, right? But then they never actually fucking do anything. Then they disappear off the internet again. Oh, you think that's a coincidence? No, honey. Their shit hit them finally. You can only fuck around for so long till you will find out. And it's not nice. Because these people have been running around rampant for centuries, for millennia, for planets. Fucking people up with magic. They don't have the lineage. They don't know how to do it. You have to have the lineage to learn. And it's not like, oh, you have to have the lineage from me. Come pay me $1,000 and then you will have the lineage. No. I got my lineage straight from the fucking stars. My lineage came through the fact that I was trained through my multidimensional mentors on everything that I had already studied to become the professional witch that I was. And that's why I was known as the best. That's why everybody who ever worked with me said I was the best. That's why somebody could have a 30-minute conversation with me and be like, is the magic already working? And I'd be like, yes. I have the lineage. I can wield my source codes. So I have a level of power that, quite frankly, I've never seen anyone else on the face of the planet embody. I haven't met anybody who can embody what I can and what I have for a decade. And that's not me being egotistical. That is what happens when you live, breathe, and immerse yourself into your magic, into your source codes, and live as that every minute of every day, devotionally. This is what happens. You can wield a power that nobody else can touch. You can weave a reality that it seems like it's actual fucking magic. It's not some arcane ritual that I cast once out of some spell book written by some alchemy bro in a pointy hat. And the alchemy bros are back with their hula hoops telling you about how they're the leaders of New Earth. Fuckheads.
Or they're still wearing those hats.
God, that's the coach hat. It's the alchemy bro hat now. The Bali business coach hat is the modern day equivalent of the pointy alchemy bro hat. I know what you're talking about. I was like, what is he talking about with the hats? What is he talking about with the hats? Oh my God, these fake fucking wizards. I can't handle them. I can't handle this shit. I'm gonna call it all out. I don't give a shit. I don't fucking care. I'm done. I've had it. Whew. On that note, I would highly recommend tuning into your source codes. Stat. And I would highly recommend removing anything from your business and your brand that is not your source codes. Because the interdimensional smackdowns, they're about to get worse. Right? You want to steal someone's brand language? You think, I don't know, a dog running into your kneecap and grounding you for weeks on end is bad? Honey, wait a year. Steal my language again. See what happens. It's not me. It's the grid. Every day, the grid gets stronger. Every day, the grids. There is not one grid around Earth. There are many. I don't even know how many there are exactly. I know there's over 80 total. I don't know how many. None of us do. Nobody who actually works on this shit has all of the information because we don't need it. We don't need all of the information. We need the information that we need to do our jobs here on Earth, and we do it. And then through our connections with other people, we piece more together. As more things come online, we piece more together. As it is vibrationally safe for us to have more codes, we piece more things together. But there are a lot of people out there right now who are just sniffing around, crawling around out here, trying to literally steal, siphon, and take for their own use anything that they possibly can, from offers to brand language to, anything at all. Energies, frequencies, vibrations.
Did you know if you use a frequency incorrectly, it can also harm you?
Did you know that frequencies that are made with actual source codings of how to make real frequencies, not just your random, 532 hertz or whatever, but like ascended frequencies? Did you know every ascended frequencies is coded? If you misuse it interdimensionally, it's going to hand you your ass. Did you know every part of my brand language that is mine, like Multidimensional Baddie, has had magic cast on it from the beginning of when I started using it to source, locate, and deal with anyone stealing that brand language, using it as their own? Did you know that every single offer name I've ever created has had spells cast on it and magic done interdimensionally? I don't have to light a candle to cast a spell. I can just think it and it happens. Did you know that all of it has stuff coded on it? Did you know that every part of my business and my brand, every name I've ever used, every offer I've ever had, every spell name I've ever come up with, every fucking aspect of everything I've created for a decade has so much magic cast on it? Somebody can use it. I won't even know about it. They'll get their ass handed to them 10 times in a row. I still won't know about it. Then I'll find out about it later and be like, well, magic did its job. Yeah, that's the new paradigm of business. And they don't like it. And they don't want it to happen. They don't want everybody to be out here casting spells on their brand language, because then what would they be able to steal? There are vibrational repercussions. When you fuck around, you will find out. And I had a big rash of people who were fucking around past few months. And they all finding out right now. And quite frankly, I'm laughing my ass off about it. Because honestly, I was rooting for every single one of those people. I wanted them all to win until I found out that they were thieves of vibrational realities, that they were timeline thieves, that they were siphoning magic from other people and passing it off as their own, and that they were actually doing nothing real on this planet. You can delude yourself to think that if you work 8 or 10 hours a day, you're doing something real. But the reality is, if you're not tuned into your source codes and you're not embodying and pumping those out into reality every minute of every day, you're doing nothing real. And if you're offended by that, good. I'm here to offend everybody. I've decided. I am.
Mortal Kombat!
Look, when I was 12,
Mortal Kombat.
when I was 12, I was already a purple belt in Taekwondo. And I put together a demonstration for my entire Taekwondo school, fully choreographed, with everybody's specialties. Some people did staff, some people did nunchucks, whatever. And everybody who was in the demonstration, it was like a choreographed fight demonstration, basically. And I did it for my entire school. And it definitely started out with Mortal Kombat, the theme from Mortal Kombat. Yes! I still hear the beginning of Mortal Kombat, and I remember the beginning of it was like I can still remember my fight choreography from my demo. Yeah, it was funnily enough, it was Mortal Kombat and Eye of the Tiger. I'm not even joking. It was. Yes! Because that's what we listened to at the Taekwondo school that I went to. She had like CDs, it was like back in like the early 2000s, right? Oh my gosh, well, I cannot remember what her name was, but she was fabulous. She was this like middle-aged blonde lady, and I thought she was such a badass. I was like, ear goals. Middle-aged blonde lady with her own Taekwondo school who could kick everyone's ass. I was like, fuck yes! Oh my gosh, she was amazing. But yeah. And so we picked, those were like the two songs that were everybody's favorite. Those were like the pump up songs in the Taekwondo school. It was like everybody, like when Eye of the Tiger and Mortal Kombat were like everybody's favorites from those CDs. So we used those. It was really fun. Yeah. Yeah, it was really nifty. We had like different we had like little different aspects where we all opened together and we had like this choreographed fight, like this fight choreo that we were doing, right? Oh. And I can still remember part of it. It was like you did there was a break, and then it was like punch, 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 and then there was a round kick with the right. Like really funny, but and then we had little bits where we had solos. So we had like group parts of the choreo, and then we had solos. So then we would have the two people come out with their staffs, and they do like the staff part, and then there was like one person with one person with like double nunchucks, and then everybody else was like sitting just like we would in class, because when somebody was fighting, we would all sit on the floor in class. We had like a specific way we had to sit in class and everything, and yeah, so if you ever wondered why I'm the way I am, it's all the fight training as a child. And that's not just on this planet. I had hella fight training as a little angelic baby floating throughout time and space across multiverses with my family. Multidimensional fight training. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, it was pretty fabulous. And then we all came back together at the end of the demo and finished it together. So it was like we opened it together. We had solos. People got to show off their specialties in their own fight training, and then we finished it together. It was really fun. So yeah, there's some culture codes for you. That definitely goes back to Andromeda. Anyways, this universe is kind of trash, not gonna lie. I mean, I feel like it's getting better. I feel like for a period of time, this whole little pocket of this that is this universe, just trash. Just like don't go there. Do not make eye contact.
Don't make eye contact.
We are only stopping the spaceship in Orion to pee, children, okay? Do not make eye contact and in and out. No, we're not fucking buying any food here.
No.
It's not because we're peasants. It's because they are. We've got food on the ship. Get back on board, okay? We are not eating their peasant food.
No.
Don't do it. Just go pee and get back on board. Don't make eye contact.
We cooked before we left to have the right kind of food during this
Can you imagine having to take a potty break? Maybe that's what we're doing here. We're just taking a potty break on this planet. We're taking a pit stop. Anyways, I've ranted for 51 minutes about things and stuff. So, yeah. Welcome to the new paradigm of business, people.